Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new edition of Big Brother 25 live feed spoilers. Happy Monday, everybody. If you are on the West Coast and the Southwest like we are, hope you are safe. It has
Mhm.
been an eventful past 24 hours, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, we were okay. We had
Yeah,
mostly just a lot of rain, but I heard tornadoes, there
yeah.
was an earthquake, I mean, the hurricane. It was a lot happening out here.
Yeah, there was a lot happening out here. There was a lot that happened still this weekend as well within the Big Brother house. Everybody is good there. We are now on day 20. The veto ceremony is likely to happen here in a matter of hours.
Mhm.
So, what is going to happen? What is the fallout going to be? It's probably going to be epic. I sure hope that it's epic. We all need that entertainment in our lives.
Yeah, here's just a quick reminder for everyone where everyone is at the moment and what is happening. We have Felicia is the HOH. She has nominated Jag and Cameron with Heisem as the backdoor target.
Yeah, and that sets the stage for everything this weekend. There is some delightful drama to
Mhm.
get into here, but before we go any further here, be sure join our Patreon. We've got a link right in the description below.
Mhm.
Every Monday night now, it has moved from Tuesdays. Every Monday
Mhm.
night we are doing a live stream talking about Big Brother. Check that out. Also, hit that subscribe button, and we are in the midst of taking on a lot of exciting shows. The premiere
Ooh.
of Ahsoka on Disney Plus is actually tomorrow night now. We have our lightsabers at the ready for that.
Cannot
Yeah.
wait. That's going to be a lot of fun. Like, what a really cool character.
Yeah.
And we're doing Only Murders in the Building here. So, I mean, that's still going on. We got Justified going on. What We Do in the
Yeah.
Shadows. Such a funny show. If you're looking for a good laugh, hit that subscribe button and stick with us.
Okay, so FIDA players. Let's just get into this on Saturday. We had, of course, Felicia, our
Mhm.
nominees, Jag, Cameron. Gonna do three separate fingers. I can't count to six, apparently. Okay, the other ones, Red, Izzy, Corey.
Mhm.
This is funny because Heisem was not picked. And this is Heisem's dream come true because he didn't want to get picked. He didn't want to make himself a bigger target. Lols. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird situation for him. I understand him not wanting to make himself a bigger target, and at the same time, I think he trusts his alliance to keep him safe. I mean, and it was a apparently a pretty physical competition. All the players are really exhausted afterwards, and the winner was your guy Jag. He's
Jag!
also wearing a chicken costume, which we've seen before. I mean, could they not afford to give him something else? But that's fine. We're having chicken costume again. It's always worth a laugh. But obviously he's going to remove himself from the block.
Yeah, like you know, what if Heisem was competing? Would that competitive fire have been inside him to try to win at that point? I doubt it. I think Jag was just going to win this. Heisem didn't want to be a bigger target. And after the veto, though, this is where things started to get really crazy because for a good while, it just felt like, okay, this is all locked in. This is just going to go according to plan. This is actually going to be a pretty quiet week in the Big Brother house. And Suri and Izzy are just always like, no, 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 no. We cannot have a quiet week. We have to overthink every single thing under the sun. And so them alongside Felicia started to wonder, is Heisem really the right move? He's not, he's not targeting us. He could be a big shield. There could be some sort of advantage to keeping him in the house, right?
That's what I've been saying this whole time. I mean, there's 80 more days of this game. This is a very long play game. This isn't like, a quick pace. This isn't Survivor where there's only 26 days, it's 100 days. And eliminating people from your own alliance that are a bigger target than you are, and you will then be the next bigger target.
Yeah.
Suri, it's just I don't understand the move. Like I get that he's winning lots of stuff, but
Yep.
that's good for you right now. You can get rid of him later. There will be another chance in 80 days. Like, what are the chances that they're not going to have another shot at him? They will. So
Yeah.
I haven't really understood this move of taking apart your own alliance so early on, especially with someone who is winning challenges. You need him to maybe just win one more HOH, pick off some more people, and then get rid of him. There's lots of time. Take your time.
It's one of those weird things because, on a personal level and as, a Survivor fan, of course I want to see Sari do really, really well. But I mean, you could send this season to a museum so far as like a case study for why Big Brother and Survivor are very different games. I don't know, because in Survivor you're voting somebody out every few days, and I don't know if this is just Big Brother. You're in there for a very long time. You don't think of things as clearly because, yeah, like on paper, I agree with you because Heisem is somebody who everybody's always going to want to go after. And if you are Sari, you are a Survivor legend. Like, you're going to have inherently a big target because of that. Like, do I think Heisem being potentially blindsided is going to be very entertaining? Yes, but at the same time, Sari, you're not playing Big Brother for us. You're not playing Big Brother for our amusement. You should be playing so that you can win.
Yeah, and I wonder if for Sari it's because she's played so much Survivor and you can target people right up to the last minute. You can be in tribal being like, let's change our mind. We're going to change our mind. That doesn't work here. Once you've Jag plays the veto and someone else is on the block, these are your only two choices. They're locked in. So it's this person or this person, and that's all it is. You can't be like, oh, you know what? Man, we really screwed this up. Let's move on, from Heisem. No, if he's already on the block, he knows what the deal is. So if he stays, it's over. It's a very different type of game. And I mean, they brought up a whole bunch of other names as possible targets, Red, America, Matt, like so many people came up. It was just like even Bowie Jane, like it's just who's also kind of working with it's tough. This is a tough game. It is tough to make that decision. And personally, I think they're making a mistake, especially on their HOH. I say they as in sort of the professors, and they're all part of the same alliance. And I know he's not going to jury and isn't going to be over there to be like, oh man, I'm mad. But just the same, I
Yep.
mean, you don't need to do this now. You can get the other side to take a shot at Heisem because they probably will.
Yep, I believe that they will. This is a very risky move for a lot of different reasons when you don't know what the fallout is going to be on a lot of it. And does anybody out there know the meme of like Fozzie Bear just being like, "Rah." That has been me watching a lot of this play out, especially because I wish this was a joke, but it's really not a joke. One of the reasons why this sort of like game of targets went on briefly this weekend was because Corey jokingly, like let's reemphasize that, jokingly suggested that there could be a middleman alliance of me, Red, America, and Bowie Jane, and this got people paranoid. And the reason I say me like that is Suri and some other people thought me was a reference to McCall, aka Mimi, and they thought that she was a part of this instead of Corey, and also none of this was real in the first place. You cannot, Corey. I love you way more than I thought I would. You have been a pleasant surprise to me. You cannot joke about alliances apparently in the Big Brother house because everyone will just assume they're real.
Apparently, no, you definitely can't do that. It's really weird that I don't understand why he did that. It's really weird. There's no reason to create that kind of problem for no reason. Yeah, you can joke about all kinds of other things. You could put a ripe banana in somebody's water and be like, would you like a ripe banana? But you can't do this.
Like a ripe banana.
Would you like a ripe banana?
I actually had a ripe banana earlier today. Energy for Big Brother videos, guys. All right, so we got through all this craziness. All of this happened, and somehow we've emerged on the other side of it.
Mhm.
And so in the end, it seems like everybody has settled on Heisem again.
Yeah, I mean, we're back to Heisem again. I mean, the problem is they've kind of put themselves in a corner now at this point because the whole house, except for Heisem, knows about this. So at this point, if you don't put him up and you don't get him out, it's going to come back to him, and he's just going to be mad.
Yeah, they like what you said earlier is true. Like this is not something they should have done right now, but if they just should not have told everybody that they didn't give themselves any flexibility to back out of this at all. And now it is what it is, and the fallout is also going to be what it is. And
Hmm.
okay, so that's kind of everything with the veto ceremony leading up to that.
Hmm.
But let's get into a couple other odds and ends here because there's some real silliness. Like last night, Cameron and Red tried to get Matt to flip a little bit on Jack and Blue in the long term. He kind of played around with it and just kind of went along with it. But this is kind of doubtful. I mean, if we want to talk about middlemen, I think Cameron and Red are trying to play the middle. I just don't think they're gonna be very good at it. I mean, Cameron's always on the block. Nothing about these two is just like master strategist Cameron and Red reporting for duty here.
Yeah, and America tried to warn Blue about Suri and Izzy that, they're a lot more dangerous than they let on. I mean, I don't know how the house doesn't really see that they're a lot tighter than they are anyways. I mean, they're always kind of around each other.
Yeah, I don't know if Blue is buying this. I don't know if this is because like there's a new ever-changing name alliance that Blue has got herself into with like Jag and Matt, Felicia herself, Sari, Izzy, like Jared, like this sort of things can always sort of dilute a little bit of like your judgment for what's happening. The
Mhm.
thing the thing about America is I think America's a very aware player. Like she's not exactly the first person that anyone is talking about, but I think she's really smart. I think, the problem, of course, is if you're really smart, it's kind of hard for other people to be like, oh, that person's not smart. They're gonna be aware of you sooner rather than later. And Sari is also really, really smart. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if eventually we go down the road where it's like the two of them target each other. Like, once again, I like Sari, but I want there to be jeopardy for every player in Big Brother. Like if Sari does manage to win this season, and we'll talk about some major possible bumps in the road for her path a little bit later, I want her to have to really, really earn it. I want her to have to face off against a lot of really good, solid players.
And I think that could be America. I think people are sleeping on her. She is very smart. She's very aware. She's reading the house quite well. I mean, she's not causing too much drama. She's not sharing all of her
Yeah.
information with everybody. She's trying to sort of pick and choose who she thinks might be the right people to share the information with. I think a lot of it's going to come down to, is she sharing the information with the right people?
Okay, now here are a couple of these aforementioned impediments to Suri's game. I think,
Yeah.
one of the big ones is just what is Heisem going to do after this blind side?
Mhm.
Because, he is someone who has shown a capability to engage in a little bit of villainy, shall we say. And he's going to feel like obviously his alliance betrayed him. They put him on the block. If I was him, I would probably go and rat out all of these people at this point, being like, I don't owe you guys anything.
Mhm.
There's got to be somebody who is sort of like the figurehead of this group who's steering the ship or whatever else. Is he going to blame it on Felicia? Is he going to blame it on Sari? What's going to happen at that point? Like, if I am Heisem, and I am also saying this as a connoisseur of Big Brother drama, I want him to sell himself as a weapon for other people to use. I want him to go full villain, to just make it very clear that he can be useful, he can win things, he can do whatever he can to like take out big targets.
Yeah, that's the sell. Go to the other side of the house and be like, I can be the person that gets rid of Suri. This is what was going on. Sell out his whole alliance.
Yeah.
Why not? They've done it to him, and go to the other side of the house and pull everyone together and just be like, I can win the HOH next week and I can take out Suri for all of you guys because none of us are going to beat her. Let's get together. I've proven that I can
Yeah.
win stuff and I can win stuff for you. He can turn this around with the right finesse.
Yeah, and Cameron's also been on the block for like 2 weeks in a row. Like, could he go up there and just be like, here is Mr. on the block? Do you want to keep Mr. on the block the entire season where you're going to be getting voted out while he's sitting there next to you? Like, anything is possible in Big Brother. Like, we've seen this time and time again.
Okay, now we're going to talk about Jared,
Oh, no.
who
Oh, no.
who for whatever reason is starting to like hint about having like a big family secret to Blue. And I understand that he's getting closer to her and he's interested in her and he's trying to build something with her, but this secret is the secret that ends your game. Like Jared and Sari just can't tell anybody. They're already trying to manage Izzy who knows. You don't need to just start letting people know. It's so early in the game to be letting people know.
Jared, okay. I put on your hard hat, everybody.
Uh-oh.
Serene needs to evict her son from the game. Like he's too messy because if you are already at the point where you are hinting to somebody that you've got a secret, you know what that tells me? That you really want to tell the secret and you're just waiting to tell. If he didn't want to tell the secret, he wouldn't be hinting that he has a secret. Like this is going to be a really big problem down the line unless
Hmm.
Blue hears the secret and she's just like, yeah, I'll keep it. And if that's the case, if Blue is going to keep the secret after Izzy has already kept the secret, just write Suri or Jared the check at the end of all this because these other people are all out of their minds for just being like, yeah, that's fine. Let's just continue to have this mother son duo in the game.
Yeah, Blue has no real reason to keep this secret. She's not really working closely with Suri. And yeah, she's getting a little bit closer to Jared, but Jared is not Suri. And, if they're, mother son and she finds this out and she wants to scoop Jared onto her side, then now she needs to get rid of his mom. Like, because his mom they're going to take each other. They're not going to take Blue. It's
Yeah.
just like, it gives her so much information, so much power to be able to really make a move on that. Because if she can get rid of Sari, it's a huge move. She's got Jared in her pocket, then Blue is sitting really well.
I mean, we should probably call it a showmance at this point. This is probably one of the least fun showmances to watch in recent memory. And I say this as somebody who generally thinks that all showmances are not fun to watch, but like listening to the two of them talk about people that they have on the outside, it's just like it's really uncomfortable. Like I don't like watching it, and like I've thought for a while, like is Blue just pretending to like him? Is there some? But it's like at this point, I don't really know. I'm not gonna sit here and read too much into these people's feelings. I just like, I'm good. I don't need to see this anymore. Can someone turn to I would rather watch somebody sleep on the live feeds than watch this at this point.
Yeah, I get really uncomfortable watching a show when somebody's like heavily flirting or really interested in somebody and they've got, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a marriage or whatever, something outside of the house. And now they're inside the house developing something else. It doesn't feel that great to watch.
No, and so with that, Jared, you're probably going to end up getting things really messy because I think he's going to tell her, and there might be a
Mhm.
fallout. He might get evicted at some point in the near future, anyway.
Yeah. And I mean, good for Blue. If she gets her hands on that information, I hope she uses it. Because, man, if he's going to step in it, then she might as well go with it.
Man, poor Suri. If Suri's game ends up being undone because Jared can't keep this to himself.
I just don't know what he's hoping to really gain. If he's already building with her, there's
Yeah.
so many other things he could share that could build.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we will jump off the Jared and Blue train now and wrap this video up. We will be back, of course, on Wednesday with more live feed spoilers, as we mentioned earlier. Tonight, we will have our latest live stream on our Patreon, talking
Mhm.
Big Brother a lot more. So check that out. Join in the description below. And thank you to all of our patrons for your support. We will see you guys here next time.